he was one of the sweetest people I've ever met.
It's not really a safe place for women.
It was a war zone.
Violence.
I read a book about it.
When I hear of Iran and think of Iran, I have a very personal...
اسمت چیه؟
My name's Shannon.
My name's Jacqueline. I'm from Maryland.
I'm Paxton. This is my mom. We're from Texas. And this is my girlfriend, Maria. My name is Caius, and I am from New Jersey. I'm Jasper, and I'm from Los Angeles.
I'm Chrissy. I have lived in New York for 10 years, originally from Florida.
I'm Cindy, and I'm from New York State.
آیا در مورد ایران اطلاعاتی داری؟
Iran? Yes. Not much, honestly. Yeah.
Same, not much.
Yeah.
Where?
Iran.
Oh, yes.
I know there's a lot of military going over there from the
And
U.S.
violence and
I don't really know anything about Iran, to be completely honest, besides that it's in the Middle East. I read a book about it last year in school, actually, about the revolution and the way that it's kind of become more religious. But the book that I read was about a girl that was growing up, and like, so she kind of like went through that change as the laws got a lot stricter.
I know that recently there's been some uproar with women's rights.
My association with the country is a little different because I grew up with a girl whose parents, as well as her older sister, was born in Iran. And then she moved to New York State, where I'm from, and she and her other sister were born here. She was my best friend in grade school, and I was constantly going over to her home. I never obviously learned any Farsi, but I used to hear them speak Farsi, and she would go once a year to visit family in Iran, and she would always come back and have incredible stories about the beautiful country and what an amazing experience she had. And I'll never forget, she gave me this really, really beautiful handcrafted tin, and I used it like as a jewelry chest for years, and it was super beautiful, and it was handmade, by people in Iran. So when I hear of Iran and think of Iran, I have a very personal thought about it.
آیا به نظر تو ایران کشور امنیه؟
To be completely candid with you, I am from Texas, and there's a lot of military families in Texas, and I think from what I do know about Iran, it's in the Middle East, and I know it was a war zone at some point in the early 2000s. But that's about it. Everything I've seen on the news has made it seem like it's very strict and like a religious. But I don't want to say anything for sure because I don't know anyone from there.
I don't think so.
Not currently, I wouldn't think so.
Weren't there a lot of acts of violence that were currently going on that were like causing, I think especially women, to not be able to speak out and not go to school and things like that?
ایرانی هایی که دیدی چطور آدمایی بودن؟
My parents' best friend from when they were young, she married an Iranian, and their son is half Iranian. The father, he was one of the sweetest people I've ever met. I knew that he was pretty strict, but he was like he wasn't very religious or anything. He was a pretty nice guy. He was a great host as well.
And thinking she was so beautiful and glamorous, and her mother she always had incredible clothing. Yeah, they were very beautiful. They always were up on like trends and makeup and fashion. And my senior year in high school was when 9/11 happened, and in the middle of our senior year, she and her family picked up and moved to Southern California, where I think they had some family. And as time has gone by, I wondered if they were experiencing any Islamophobia or anything that was happening, in terms of the, very white, very Eastern European descent, city that I grew up in, and perhaps they weren't feeling safe or accepted.
آیا قبلا غذای ایرانی خوردی؟
I spent many sleepovers at this friend's house growing up, so I'm sure I ate Iranian food. I think I remember eating some type of Iranian snacks, sort of packaged snacks, and they were good.
آیا میدونی زبان رسمی ایران چیه؟
Is it Arabic?
Possibly Arabic?
Farsi, yeah?
I think Farsi. Arabic?
Maybe Arabic, yeah.
آیا به عنوان یه آمریکایی ممکنه با یه ایرانی رابطه دوستانه داشته باشی؟
I am friends with an Iranian, yeah.
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I don't think it would matter to me.
Yeah.
They're just people as well, living on this earth.
Yeah. And I don't think it just because they had a different upraising doesn't necessarily mean that they abide to certain ways of thinking.
I mean, absolutely, if the person is cool, like, I don't really see an issue with that. I mean, it depends on the person. I don't really care about race or religion or anything like that, so
if whoever I was interested in was Iranian, that wouldn't be a problem, and it wouldn't be like a factor to me.
آیا ممکنه به ایران سفر کنی؟
Maybe. I don't know. I'm very interested in the Middle East. I'm actually considering a trip to Egypt in the beginning of the year. I do understand it's a complicated region, but I also recognize that if I went there, I probably would be treated differently because of my white skin.
At this time, no. Like from my perceptions of what I read in the news and the media, that it's not really a safe place for women.
I actually have heard it is beautiful. So I don't know, I'd consider traveling anywhere. I just have to be convinced.
لطفا سابسکرایب و لایک کنید.